What we're going to do today is we're going to put a new set of reeds in this motor, step by step with no step skipped. So keep watching. Okay, let's get started. Okay, first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and remove this carburetor. We're going to pop this linkage out here, and we're going to take the 2 1/2-inch bolts off. But this is how you do it, step by step, no step skipped, and we're going to do it from start to finish. We're going to push these fuel lines off before I get it all the way undone. And there's the carburetor, it's off. Alright, next we're going to remove this pin from the end of the throttle control rod, and so that can slip out. Okay, we got that out. Now we're going to remove the oil recirculation hose here. Now we're going to remove the nuts and screws attaching the intake manifold to the power head. And of course we'll remove the intake manifold gasket. When I was out doing my video fish oil fishing in the ICW, which was a nice video, watch that. When I was going in a few places where it was a no wake zone, the motor, not at idle, it had sat there in idle, but the minute I took it a little off idle, it would cough once in a while as it was running. So I felt that one of the reeds was malfunctioning, so let's remove this gasket before it gets damaged. But I wanted to go ahead and put a new set of reeds in. The only problem with reeds is they're so darned expensive. For aftermarket, they were $79 for a set, and for OEM, it was like $48 a piece, and it takes 2. So I'm hoping that this is going to be well worth the while, and I'm going to share it with you with however it goes. So far, I don't think this is too bad a job. Remember, we got one bolt on this side that is holding that, so we don't want to forget about that when we're taking this apart. And then we take this out, and then we're going to, it's on that ground strap there. I'm going to take this off here. The service manual did not say take this off, but I don't see how you're going to be able to get that off there without taking it off. See, if you don't take this off, this is not going to be able to slide out. It's holding it in there. Okay, we're just going to slide this off now. The gasket's just caught a little bit, but we've got new gaskets on the way. But you can see this is going to slide. And remember, we took that pin off of there, so we can, that's going to slide right out of there. And there's that. That's off. Go ahead and peel this gasket off. I got a new gasket for there, but I just wouldn't take it off in one piece so I didn't have to scrape it. But that didn't work out. Okay, next we're going to remove this Phillips screw here. Okay, we're going to go ahead and take this off. Now, it tells you don't bend these or anything, don't play with them once you get them off there, because it could take and it could, when you put it back together, break and damage the engine, but we're not putting them back in anyhow, we're putting new ones in. Okay, let's see if we can get this off. Now this plate is very, the tolerance on it is really tight, so like 0.003 of an inch on, so we're going to be careful taking it off. I don't want to do anything to warp it. There we go. Alrighty, let's push that fuel line out of the way, and there they are. And there you can see them. We'll take and inspect them for any kind of problems, any cracks or anything. Everything I see that really looks odd here is right here. It's looks like it's got some sort of markings where it's either blowing by or something there, and a little bit on the next read over. Other than that, I don't see any much wrong here, but anyhow, we're going to put a new set in, and then we'll see if it resolves the problem. You know, I've been from reading up on it. I mean, you know, bad reads or leaky reads themselves can cause power problems and, you know, idle, you know, low idle problems and things because you get to blow by on them. So we'll go ahead and put a new set in. We'll see how it goes. But right now, so far, this is easier than replacing the water pump. If you look on this side where that is and we turn it over, it looks different than the rest. So I'm thinking we're getting some blow by right there. I'm really thinking the $100 I spent for a new set of reeds is going to be worth it. But even if it's not, I'll let you know. But like I said, it looks funny on the other side than these ones. See, now if you look, even no matter which way you turn it in the light, the other ones don't have that look to them. And if you look at this side, it's got a little bit right there. Not a lot, but anyhow, it could be nothing or it could be it, but in either case, we're going to put a new set of reeds in and we'll take it out for a test ride and we'll see if it was worth the improvement or not. But either way, step by step, I'll show you how it's done. Okay, what the first thing we're going to do here is we're going to remove this nut off the back. And the lock washer. Let's turn it over. Take this off. And then we're going to slide that reed off of there. It's got a little notch right there on the hole, so we want to make sure we line that up correctly. And let's go ahead and take the other one off. That way I'm not fighting with it when I got the new ones. I'm going to remove this to make sure it's clean. I just wanted to make sure that that little hole is clean at plate here. Okay, I'm going to install this back on there. It all looks clean. Okay, here's my new leaves. It's part number 342054. It's called the leaf valve. Got two of them. It tells you don't polish this or anything or use strong carburetor cleaners or anything on that. If any leaf valves are standing open, apply light pressure using a pencil eraser. If leaf valve closes with light pressure, valve is acceptable. If not, inspect the plate for burrs or anything. It says do not lap the plate on lapping block. If the plate is too smooth, the valves may stick closed after on the off season. It says the notch in here, in this here, should face 11 o'clock. Failure to follow this procedure will cause permanent leaf valve failure. Okay. Center the leaf on the plate using the index marks, which is right there and there. Tighten the leaf screws to a torque of 25 to 35 inch-pounds. There really doesn't seem to be any kind of a lining mark to really hold those right where they're supposed to be, other than this reference. So I guess you got to, I can see where the other one was, so let's, okay, there's one on. Notch at 11 o'clock. Line it up with the index mark. Start the nut, this rock washer nut. Here's the gasket that goes on next. Let's see, that's part number 28-0321479. It goes on there. Got that little hole there for the screw that holds the reeds on. Next we're going to slide the reeds on. Okay. I'm going to put a little thread locker on that screw that okay, here's my kit. It's part number 28-0326260. Here it is. Then we're going to put the next gasket on. Remember, we got to, as we're sliding this cover on, we got to line this up to go back through here. Just like so. There we go. Going to put all the nuts and bolts and back on. Okay, we're going to install this back on. So that slides onto here. Like that. When I disconnected this linkage here, I wasn't real clear, but let me just show you this. This goes on there. This is split. One piece goes in the back and one piece goes in the front. So there's the back one in, and then here's the front one. We're going to install the oil recirculation hose here. Okay. Install the carburetor gasket. Reconnect the linkage. Put our last little hose on here on the carburetor, right there. There we go. Let's hook it up to some water and see how it does. Here we go. Here's the moment of truth. Ready? Well, there it is. I think it runs better. When it first started, it galloped a little bit, but after it sat here and warmed up a little bit, probably got a little bit of oil and stuff on them reeds, I think it ran a whole lot better. Thanks for watching. If you like the content, give me a thumbs up, subscribe. Stay safe on the water.